What is up, epic people of the internet? My name is Nate, and welcome to my read-through / discussion video for Devblog 17 of Foxhole. So I did this for Devblog 16, got a little bit of traction there and a lot of likes, so I figured I'd continue reading through the Devblog and give you my opinions on the different items in the Devblog. So the first section here is just talking about how the developers were at PAX this past week, so that's pretty cool. I think it's cool to see that they're actually gaining traction, was able to get a booth at the event, and people were able to get introduced into the game. So that's more people towards the community, and all the better. Alright, so the first item, other than the PAX discussion that they had up there, is Town Garrison. So from the start of the project, we've always wanted towns to be naturally defensible locations. In some ways this is true already, but the cramped nature of towns makes sometimes difficult to build structures like foxholes and pillboxes. To help players fortify themselves in towns, we are going to be adding a new feature called Town Garrisons. And then they go on about and talk about how it's a multi-directional defense building of like natural buildings in the town that you already see in the town. So I think this would be good. I think the way civilian structures and blown up houses in towns right now, it doesn't really work. I just think running into a house with the whole like fog of war, you can't see behind the wall thing, like sometimes works and sometimes it just doesn't. Like, I feel like if you walk in, it's like a 50-50 chance you're gonna die. So like it makes it easier to probably like target these buildings because you know that you necessarily can't go into them because they'll be only garrisoned by the people in them. So it'll make it interesting on how that works, because I think they really need to balance it, because I feel like if this takes way too many mortars to kill or something, I don't know how you're going to kill people in it, because I feel like a garrison structure, just like foxholes and pillboxes, you really can't kill the guy in it until you destroy the structure. So eventually these towns are going to be like, these garrison buildings are just going to be destroyed. So do they just work just like foxholes where they get destroyed and you have to rebuild them? Just that the fact that it'll be like a town hall where it has an already set plot and you can't choose where it goes like a foxhole. So I think the balancing of here needs to be a little bit careful here, just to make sure that we're not replacing foxholes and pillboxes with these garrison buildings in every aspect of the game. While it is good to replace foxholes and pillboxes cluttering the streets and everything of towns so you can't get trucks through, and having these buildings instead, just they need to be careful that these don't become too overpowered and take way too much ordnance to kill. So in addition, they said here, we are designing these special town structures so that they have a second floor, allowing players to occupy these buildings and gain a height ground advantage. Good, that's what we want. We need a height ground advantage for defenders, because I feel like once people are in the town, it's very hard to like push them out, because one, obviously you don't have enough resources coming in. But having this like a little bit of advantage of defending from an upper building and getting a bonus there would be very good. The garrisoning process is much like claiming a town hall. You approach the structure to be garrisoned and erect a building site. Okay, so that is what I mentioned before. An enemy garrison building must be destroyed first before it can be occupied by a friendly force. Alright, good to know. So it still seems weird, but I think it'll be good. I think they just need to be careful on how they balance it. Alright, so patrol motorcycle, the most exciting thing in the Devblog. So exciting. Alright, so this is like an image of the here that they have going for the patrol motorcycle. So next vehicle we'll be adding to the Foxhole is a patrol motorcycle. This will be used primarily for reconnaissance and will be the fastest form of transportation in the game. Okay, I'm going to state it here. There's no way this vehicle is going to be used for recon. Not whatsoever. It's going to be used by players to transition from one city to another, which is exciting because a lot of times people just don't have enough resources to build a truck, or it'll allow you to be able to move resources without walking slow to get a truck. Because a lot of times you manufacture resources in one town and you have to slowly walk if you can't find a ride. So this will be good. It'll hopefully they can park somewhere and people will just be freely to use them, unlike trucks where people get pissed off if you lock them. I feel like patrol motorcycles will tend to be more unlocked simply because there'll be so many of them, just like there are trucks. Because I feel like so many people now build trucks just to transport themselves, like the newer players, and I feel like people just leave them there and then we just get an abundance of trucks everywhere. So I think an abundance of motorcycles would be a lot better than an abundance of trucks. So because then people won't be upset about losing their truck if you don't want to lose your truck. So all the people that are just going to leave their motorcycles around you can go grab a motorcycle and not feel like you're stealing someone's truck that they're actually using that you just didn't know. So the motorcycle will support a driver on the motorcycle and one passenger in the sidecar. The sidecar rider will also be able to equip and use items like the pistol, revolver, and binoculars. Okay, cool. That'd be good. So I guess if you can use the binoculars, that'd be an interesting way to scout. Even though I feel like it's like an easy target, but I guess you can escape quicker and so forth. We were motivated to add the Potomac Go as the next vehicle in Foxhole for 2 reasons. First, it's been a while since we've added any sort of reconnaissance tool to Foxhole, the watchtower being the last one. Secondly, we wanted to build out the system that allows players to equip and use weapons from a vehicle. Yes, thank you. We need to do that. Trucks should not be able to shoot out. Half tracks, I think, shouldn't be able to shoot out because that's just not the way it is. But I think they need to get like Jeeps and shit in here, which would be perfect. At one point, we have played around with the idea of another reconnaissance vehicle, such as a Jeep. Oh, here we go. Or some sort of light armored car. In the end, we adopted the motorcycle to provide the experience that really unique to anything else in the game right now. We may come back to revisit some of the other ideas, but for recon vehicles in the future. That's good. Okay, so overall, I think the motorcycle is a good idea. I don't think it's going to be used as much as recon as they think it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of those spam vehicles that you end up just using to transport people, like your friend and you quickly if you don't have a truck. Which could ruin the whole idea of trucks, but we'll have to see how people in the community actually end up using motorcycles. Okay, the one item in this map that I completely disagree with, 100% disagree with, the vehicle is still in, so the Harvester, the vehicle is still in high concept design phase, but it's something we've been thinking about for a while. The Harvester is a vehicle dedicated to gathering scrap and components. We wanted logistics players to have a way to specialize at certain tasks like salvaging as a war progresses. We'll have more details in the Harvester in the future, but for now, you can enjoy these early concepts. Alright, so right here, it looks like basically this isn't adding another resource, which would be possibly a harvester would be good for like adding food or something that needed like an actual like cornfield to harvest it, and that like makes sense. But to harvest scrap and components, this will completely debalance the game. I think it'll just make it way too easy to gain scrap, and then so like you won't need a ton of people to do it. This really, and I stress the word really here like 8 times, because it needs to be balanced like 100% correctly, and I don't think the first like 2 or 3 updates that they're going to have this in the game is going to be balanced correctly. I think if they don't do this right, this is one vehicle that will actually ruin the game. I don't think adding a tank will ruin the game. I think you can add planes, and you can add Jeeps, and you can add all this stuff, but I think adding something like this, unless they add more types of resources, will 100% screw the game over. And I think it'll just debalance it, making resources production way too easy, and so forth. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments, because this is like the one thing I'm very negative about. Even though it's very early and we don't know much about it, I'm very negative about the concept of having a vehicle to harvest stuff. Alright, so character revamp update. Redesigning the characters in Foxhole has been a long journey for us. It's become a topic on our devblogs for the last few months. In our last update, we were at the point where we had finished a 3D model of the new Warden character. Now we've finally reached the point where we've modeled the rig, blah 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 blah. It was a big relief to finally saw the current design iteration in the game. Here's a screenshot of the new in-game model in several different animation poses. Man, I'm messing up words today. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Like, there's a bunch of different. Yeah, it's cool. Actually, that's a bunch of different actual animations there. Not much to view here, I guess. To me, like, I feel like to me that's not character revamp isn't like a big thing to me, but I think it's something that needs to be done. I don't think that really will change the game at all. And to be honest, I don't think it really adds much benefit to it. One, you could be getting more features, but revamping characters is always a good thing. Actually, it'll definitely help with knowing which characters you are, but other than that, I don't see the benefit of necessarily worrying about animations in a pre-alpha game. All right, cool. So we got some PAX East pictures here. Day 1 of PAX is over. That's cool. So we got some pictures here. A bunch of people, I guess, went out and checked out the booth, and they had booths set up to play. So some developers there. And we got an overview of the PAX place. We got some people playing. Some developers eating some sandwiches there. That's cool, cool seeing all the different things. All right, cool. Some awesome pictures there. Divinity, that's cool. They're geeking out how close they are. All right, so that wraps up this devblog video. Devblog 17 was a very interesting one with some things I didn't really like and some things I really liked. So I think it'll all come down to balancing in summary of how they implement these different things and how they balance them, because they need to be balanced very carefully. Devs have done a pretty good job of balancing everything that they've tried to put in so far. So I'm not really worried. I just think they need to realize that they need to balance stuff, which I think they do. So in the end, Devblog 17 equals a success for me. Let me know what you guys think of all the items in Devblog 17 down below in the comments. Let's get a discussion going and talk about what you guys think about the different items in the devblog. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to punch this like button and subscribe to this channel for more Foxhole content coming soon. My name is Nate, and thank you for watching this video. We will see you epic people on the battlefield of Foxhole. What is up, epic people of the internet? My name is Nate, and welcome to my discussion and read-through video for the Devblog 16 of Foxhole. So this is just a blog that the developers of the game put out every couple weeks. So I figured I'd read it to you and share my thoughts on all the cool aspects that